Excluding the possibility that a female Scandinavian Olympian was running around outside our house last night, what else might be a possibility?
Hey guys, wow. I'm not one for political anything, but I do think it's important that we all see what the hell is going on. I've got a couple links up. I've got that one. And I've got this one. I'm probably not going to do this for very long, but just what the hell, guys? What the hell? It's a crazy day, Carrie. I'm not one for politics. This is I just want us all to take a look at what's happening outside our doors. I'm going to look for other links. I'm just going to put myself in some little corner. This is happening just outside I think one of the universities in Texas, and they're trying to get a ceasefire, I guess, in Gaza. I don't know politics. It's just not my thing. But I got looking as what the hell? I'm going to keep looking because this is messed up. I just thought, I don't know if you guys, it's just a look at what the hell. And then they say this is erupting all over the place. Okay, there's also these guys, and we're going to take a look.
Perpetuate that violence in our community. I'm so thankful for the charges that the DA is going to bring, and this type of violence has no business in our society. Again, I just want to thank all of the law enforcement, all of the agencies, and I just want to make sure everyone understands that the city of West Covina is fully behind DA and these charges, and we will do everything to make sure that our community stays safe and that our residents are safe. Thank you.
I'm not one. It's just like, what the hell? I couldn't believe it when I seen all of this. Oh, Lordy. Like, what's going on out there these days? It's distressing. I probably won't be doing this long unless you guys have some kind of interest. But I was just blown away when I seen this. Okay. I have to be careful as to who I pick, right? I seen an interesting one. That's a no-no. They don't share very nice, some of them. I don't know if you guys can hear my so this is San Antonio, they're saying. I'm going to do this and then I'll. So that's in San Antonio. I'm just looking at the ones that are live.
Again, don't want to get into that. The sheriff department is still working through this process. We want to respect their investigation, which is ongoing. This is not stopping. We don't know yet, Peter, right? We don't know, and we don't want to get into a territory that may compromise any work that we're doing. You guys will get to know as we come up with new information. It will be available to you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you talk about the man who stabbed and killed a woman on Monday?
That's next. Let me
What
just
the
get through
hell?
this first. Okay, so any other questions concerning the deputy? Okay, then we will move on to the next. And, thank you much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And again, there will be, I'll say a few words in English, then we'll say some words in Spanish, and we'll answer questions that you may have. Okay, on April 22nd of 2024, shortly after 5 a.m. in the morning, 67-year-old Mirna Sosa Arauz was on her way home from work when she was fatally stabbed in the throat on a Metro Red Line train. Miss
Just the most bizarre thing. The one I want to show you guys, I can't. But I'm just like, what the hell? I started bopping around a little bit and it's like, what? But yeah, it's looking like a lot of cops just kind of standing around at this point. I'm looking. There's been a school, well, it says, let's just go over here for a minute.
At the Arlington ISD Athletics Center and the Aquatics Center there. As far as I see it here, that's about 15 minutes away from the school. But at this point, from where you are, you don't see, you know, obviously any students coming out, any buses moving or anything. That's where they're telling, I guess, parents that they will need to pick up their children later. But this could still be some time that these kids are in lockdown.
I think it's going to be a while. Yeah, because I haven't seen crowds of kids being loaded onto the buses. All the buses are in the same spot. What I see now is a lot of cars on the move. And it looks like they're starting to head somewhere. I do want to bring a parent in, if that's okay. I just interviewed her, and she's getting ready to. She's been texting back and forth with her daughter, and if you don't mind, just sharing a little bit about her daughter. She is a freshman, and it's end of the school day, and she reaches out to you. And what was the feeling? What immediately went through your mind?
Just dread, just unsure of what's going on exactly. This is the time of day when when I'm contacted that they are dismissed. So I'm expecting her to be on her bus and preparing to come home. It just dread. And then I'm also checking the messages from the campus directly. And so I realize that it's a serious situation.
Yeah. It's
the report coming up right after this break. Stay with us.
You guys. Holy, I think I've got everything set up. Let's see here.
How'd you find out about the shooting?
I'm connected with the text and everything. My husband and I are both connected. And then a few minutes before 3, got notification that the school was on lockdown. APD was on the scene and not to come to the school. My son was coming home from work about the same exact time. And I just started looking for, things, news, anything that I could see. And then I tried to reach out to my daughter.
And what did your daughter say to you?
She said that they were on lockdown, and they had to be very quiet, obviously. And I mean, she was scared. She was scared.
What'd she hear?
As far as I know, I don't know yet because I haven't gotten her. I don't know if she heard anything. She's in like a particular wing of the building, so with her program that she's in. So I'm planning on talking to her as soon as they let me have her.
I can feel like you're so shaken. What's
am.
going through your mind right now?
It's just your emotions.
Oh, Lordy, you guys.
So thankful to God that they're safe. Not just my daughter, but all the students. Schools are supposed to be sacred ground. We shouldn't have this kind of stuff going on at the school. They should just be here so they can get their education. So I'm just really glad that she's safe and she's well. I'm just waiting to get her back.
Is there anything like, obviously you want to know what happened, but
Absolutely.
What is it? What's going on right now? It's kind of just be patient and wait.
Yes. So about 3:30, we got a message that said the students, it's all clear. Students are safe. Just wait. Families, just wait as they figure out how to dismiss the students. My daughter normally rides the bus, but that's not happening today. So of course, I'm communicated with her that we're on our way to her right now. So
She's a freshman.
she's only a freshman. So I don't know. We got to have some conversations. So I want her to stay here. I love the program she's in, but her safety comes first.
You don't feel safe.
Not at this particular moment. No, I don't. Not for my child. She's just a kid. Like all the kids here, they're just kids. So they shouldn't be involved in anything, like this.
I couldn't agree more.
Never seen a group of parents who are so eager to hug their kids before. I was talking with some of them earlier, talking about they're texting their students who are inside the building, some of whom heard the gunshots. They say from inside the building, their students, the parents we talked to are okay at this point, but they're gathering here on this corner, waiting. They can see the buses and the school here outside, and the district has set up a reunification area that's not nearby. It's a distance away, and officers here are trying to encourage parents to go to that reunification area. And we just saw one mother, she's not leaving this area until her daughter leaves that area. So she is staying here until she knows her daughter is on a bus and safe and being transported away from the school. We are still seeing a large police presence here at the school as we see some unmarked cars leaving right now from BOWIE High School, where there was this reported shooting earlier this afternoon. Parents tell me they found out from their kids right around 3 o'clock, which is dismissal time. So they say either just before, right at 3, or just after 3 is when they started getting texts and calls from their kids saying that they're on lockdown, that they've heard gunshots. I spoke with one man who says his wife was actually in the carpool line when this happened. And he says his kids were worried that she might have gotten hurt because, again, this happened outside the school. The kids, their 2 children knew that they were okay because they were inside in lockdown, but we're worried about mom, who was outside in the carpool line here waiting to pick them up. We're seeing officers directing traffic. And again, this group of parents here who are just waiting to talk with their kids texting back and forth, in some cases calling with them back and forth. I spoke with one mother, her daughter is a senior, her 18th birthday is next week, and mom says she just wants to be able to bring her kid home, celebrate that birthday, and give her a big hug. We're going to continue to keep you updated from here at the scene, Jason.
Totally get that, Cole. Thank you so much for bringing us that. Again, just to recap things here as we know them right now, you're looking at a portable building right there on the exterior of BOWIE High School in Arlington, where just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, there were shots fired. We know of at least one person who was hit by gunfire. We're told that person is in grave condition this afternoon. We haven't gotten an update on that. We do not have a suspect description at this time. We haven't gotten any information that anyone is in custody either. And so that school remains under lockdown at this hour. We're told that the students inside the actual school there are totally safe, that the school is on lockdown. It may be that way for some time. They have set up a reunification area for parents to have reunions with their children at the Arlington Athletics Center. That's at 1001 East Division Street in Arlington. It's about a 15-minute drive from that high school. And they do say that if you are one of those parents, that's where they want you to go. And you have to take an ID with you in order to be reunified with your student there. We will continue to bring you the very latest on this. We've got crews all over every end of this, and we're going to keep on monitoring for more updates. And of course, you can get the very latest. We're updating WFAA.com minute by minute.
Okay, so I am looking. Who is Frankie going off? I'm bouncing around. Mom, sorry, I just checked in. I'm all over the place. So I've got Fox 4 is who's up right now. If you just Google, it's going to go over here.
Motion. You work from home. What did you hear as this all began?
Well, I was in my washroom and I kept hearing sirens going back and forth. And then I got a phone call from a parent that said that there was a shooting at the school. So I went out on my patio and I stood up and looked over the fence, and I could see the police starting to block off the street. I didn't know, I couldn't tell where the shooting was, but I know that usually at that time that the kids are getting out of the school. So there was no movement. So I knew something seriously had happened.
Yeah. Did you see any officers rush toward the school or any movement on that front?
When I started looking, they started blocking off the streets, and I started seeing parents coming, lining the street. So I did not see them actually going up to the school to see. Apparently, it may have already happened at the time that I went out there and looked.
Got it. You didn't see any kids running out of the school?
No, it was unusually no movement going at that point. So that meant that they were probably already on lockdown at that time. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
And hope you're feeling okay. I guess what's your big emotion right now?
Well, I had 2 students come over here. They were crying in my yard, and so I was consoling them. But I'm really nervous right now because
It's too much.
yes, it's too close to home. So
It's
yeah.
literally in your backyard.
Right. So it's going to be a busy night.
How'd you find out about the shooting?
I'm connected with the text and everything. My husband and I are both connected. And then a few minutes before 3, got notification that the school was on lockdown. APD was on the scene and not to come to the school. My son was coming home from work about the same exact time. And I just started looking for, things, news, anything that I could see. And I tried to reach out to my daughter.
And what did your daughter say to you?
She said that they were on lockdown, and they had to be very quiet, obviously. And I mean, she was scared.
What'd she hear?
As far as I know, I don't know yet because I haven't gotten her. I don't know if she heard anything. She's in like a particular wing of the building, so with her program that she's in. So I'm planning on talking to her as soon as they let me have her.
I can feel like you're so shaken. What's
am.
going through your mind right now?
It's just your emotions get the best of you. I'm just so thankful to God that they're safe. Not just my daughter, but all the students. Schools are supposed to be sacred ground. We shouldn't have this kind of stuff going on at the school. They should just be here so they can get their education. So I'm just really glad that she's safe and she's well. I'm just waiting to get her back.
Yeah. Is there anything like, obviously you want to know what happened, but
Absolutely.
What is it? What's going on right now? It's kind of just be patient and wait.
Yes. So about 3:30, we got a message that said the students, it's all clear. Students are safe. Just wait. Families, just wait as they figure out how to dismiss the students. My daughter normally rides the bus, but that's not happening today. So of course, I'm communicated with her that we're on our way to her right now. So
She's a freshman.
she's only a freshman. So I don't know. We got to have some conversations. So I want her to stay here. I love the program she's in, but her safety comes first.
You don't feel safe.
Not at this particular moment. No, I don't. Not for my child. She's just a kid. Like all the kids here, they're just kids. So they shouldn't be involved in anything, like this.
Jesus, Lord Murphy. Clickety, clickety, clack, clack, clack. Okay, so we're not learning a lot yet. We don't have a name, and we don't, we know there's a serious injury, but we don't know if that is to the person with a weapon or not. Sorry, trying to talk in YouTube lingo. It's so hard at times. So it looks like we're basically looking at the same feed. Everyone's basically looking at the same thing. So hopefully they'll just let us know soon if it is a victim or if it is the guy with the weapon that is seriously injured. Thank you, Lord. Stephen Stearns is going to go down, down, down. Don't like that, man. Not one little bit. Clickety clack, clickety clack, clack, clack. Good guess, Chooch. Okay, so this is very interesting. They are letting, it does look like they are letting buses up. Yeah, they are going to be hangry kids. So I'm waiting to hear if we can get a name, find out who it was that got injured. One hospitalized. So it looks like they're going to let the kids in. The bus is in. But what do I know? I'm just guessing. I'm literally just guessing, you guys. Okay, Eagle One or whatever you are, stay up there, stay up there. What's going on over here? Oh, okay. Cops have the entrances blocked. It's a big damn school. What a day, my God. WFAA. Okay, that brings me to the same stream that we're looking at. So, all right. All right. Groups of parents are waiting to reunite with their kids. Well, hopefully they let the kids.
Fort Worth. This is WFAA News.
And as we come into our second half hour of the news here at 4 o'clock, we want to remind you that we are still following that breaking news that took up most of the first half of this newscast. A shooting just outside the actual building of BOWIE High School in Arlington. It happened just outside of one of the portables there on that campus. As we understand it, according to sources now, at least one person or only one person has been hit by gunfire. We were told that that person was in grave condition. We have not gotten an update on their condition since. You see a bunch of school buses parked outside this school. As we understand it right now, that campus is still locked down until the all clear can be given here once police feel it is safe to actually start moving those students out. They will be sending them to the Arlington ISD Athletic and Aquatic Center that is at 1001 East Division Street there in Arlington, which is about 15 minutes away from that high school. We know that parents have been sent to that athletic center and are quite anxious, of course, to be reunited with their students, but it could be a while. Let's get back out to Cole Sullivan this afternoon, who has been there at the scene speaking with a lot of folks. Cole, what can you tell us now?
Jason, I've got some new information from talking to two seniors here at the school. They say those portables, those outbuildings where sources tell us the shooting occurred, that's where the in-school suspension is here at Bowie High School. I also just spoke off camera with police. They're preparing to give a briefing sometime in the next few minutes or hours. They say that one person was transported to a hospital here from the scene. There is still a heavy police presence here and still parents here, despite those urgings from the school district to drive to go get their kids at a different location. We have not seen any of those school buses you were talking about lined up in front of the school here. We have not seen any of them leave as of yet. No indication that students are being bused to that secondary location, but everything still seems like it's remaining inside the school. Arlington police say they're doing protective sweeps of the area right now. And we don't know whether the person who fired a gun is in custody at this point, at least not from here at the scene. What we do know from our sources that the victim transported to the hospital in grave condition. The students here say that's what they've heard as well. And their group chats where they're checking on friends, where they're sharing videos of each other inside the school. And then also some videos we're told of the aftermath of this shooting. It all echoes the reporting that we have already heard that these students are in, this victim here is in grave condition here at the scene and transported from the scene to a hospital, Arlington police say. Parents are still anxious for answers. This all now almost an hour and a half after school was supposed to let out, after their kids were supposed to be on buses on their way home. Now they're waiting to get their kids out of this lockdown situation that's still unfolding here at Bowie High School. My colleague, Adriana D'Alba, is also covering this story. She is in a different location near the school. And Adriana, I know you've got some updates from where you are as well.
I do, and the situation kind of has seemed to change, have changed a lot in the last half hour or so, I'd say. So I'm on the opposite side of where Cole's standing, and so earlier I mentioned that there were school buses lined up all across the parking lot of the school. We started to see them clear out, and I'll just kind of show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see through those trees, but they moved those school buses to the other side of the school, and I think that's where Cole is standing. And so I believe that they're beginning the process, like preparing these buses to start heading to that reunification site. And as far as parents, boy, they've really cleared out of the area. And I talked with a lot of them. They're going directly where they were told to go, which is the athletic center. That they're being told to wait for their children to be reunited. And so again, the students are still in the school at this point. The buses have moved around, and it looks like they're getting the ball rolling on that front. I did want to mention or point one thing out. If you look over to the side of the school, you'll see some portable buildings. And we believe that is where the shooting happened, is outside of those portable buildings. I just spoke with a student. Somehow he was able to leave school, but he just shared with me that he was in the hallway near where those portables are, and that he heard the commotion and they found out that there was a shooting. Now, he told me that those portables are ISS buildings, so being used for in-school suspension. So again, we can't confirm or tie the two together, that this led to this, but what we know is from a student is that those buildings are used for in-school suspension. So again, there just are so many questions still. The only thing we have confirmed from police at this point is the fact that there was a shooting outside of the school and one person was shot, and that person has been taken to the hospital. So we're just kind of standing by to see at what point police are going to give us an update on what exactly unfolded here tonight. But there is a lot of movement happening here now outside of the school as those parents gear up to reunite with their kids.
All right, Adriana, thank you for that new information there. And, the cadence of these things, we know that this can take a while for them to clear that school, especially since we haven't heard anything about an arrest or a suspect in this case. So we don't know how long those students are going to be held in lockdown. We do know that they're going to be headed to that reunification center that you see there on the map. Again, it's about a 15-minute drive away to the north from Bowie High School there in Arlington at 1001 East Division Street there in Arlington. Arlington. And that's where we find Scoop Jefferson this afternoon, who is there along with a lot of other really nervous, anxious parents who are waiting to be reunified with their kids. Scoop.
Yeah, parents are arriving here in droves. You're right. It will take about 15 minutes to get here. Traffic is heavy right now because the afternoon commute is picking up. As you can see behind me, Arlington Police and Arlington ISD, they are working together here at the Reunification Center. This is the athletic center here on East Division Street in Arlington, where parents will be able to pick up their children. Now, parents are asked to bring identification. Now, we do have, again, as I mentioned, parents already arriving. They are pulling into the parking lot. Right now, they are being told to stay in their cars until the reunification process actually begins. Again, this is where they will come and pick up their children. As you can imagine, after hearing about the school shooting at BOWIE High School, students will be relieved just to lay eyes on their children. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of hugs and a very emotional time for parents and their students. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, Scoop, we saw that just a couple of years ago, not far away, about 3 miles away from BOWIE High School at Timberview High School in 2021. I know Scoop was there at the reunification for that one as well. Very emotional time for students and for parents. We're going to continue following this breaking news of this shooting outside BOWIE High School this afternoon, just as school was about to let out. We will have more details here on air. And of course, we're updating to the minute at WFAA.com as well. Let's do a quick
I want to bring in a neighbor who lives just directly across the street from the high school. And you said you kind of heard some of the commotion. You work from home. What did you hear as this all began?
Well, I was in my washroom and I kept hearing sirens going back and forth. And then I got a phone call from a parent that said that there was a shooting at the school. So I went out on my patio and I stood up and looked over the fence and I could see the police starting to block off the street. I didn't know, I couldn't tell where the shooting was, but I know that usually at that time that the kids are getting out of the school. So there was no movement. So I knew something seriously had happened.
Yeah. Did you see any officers rush toward the school or any movement on that front?
When I started looking, they started blocking off the streets, and I started seeing parents coming, lining the street. So I did not see them actually going up to the school to see. Apparently, it may have already happened at the time that I went out there and looked.
Got it. You didn't see any kids running out of the school?
No, it was unusually no movement going at that point. So that meant that they were probably already on lockdown at that time. So
yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Hope you're feeling okay. I guess what's your big emotion right now?
Well, I had 2 students come over here. They were crying in my yard, and so I was consoling them. But I'm really nervous right now because
It's too much.
Yes, it's too close to home. So
It's literally in your backyard.
right. So it's going to be a busy night.
Okay, so neither of you were at school at the time. What did you hear? What did you see?
We heard a lot of like sirens. It's normal in Texas, ambulances, but it started to really get bad when they just kept coming and coming and coming. We were like, okay, that's not normal, but it is. And that's when Aureli's sister was like, we should go check that out. And that's when we did. And we saw at least 4 ambulances, like at least fire trucks and a whole bunch of police everywhere. And we were like, okay, that's not normal. Something happened. And I thought it was fake. That's when this guy pulled up and he said, no, there was a school shooting. And I said, it's real? And he said, yeah. Because usually we have practice lockdowns all the time, which is normal. So that's what I thought it was. And I was like, okay, that's not normal.
How did you feel when you found out it was real?
I was scared. I really was. I was very concerned for all my friends that I'm really close with, that I call brothers and sisters, who were in there. And I was just like, the first thought I had was to call one of my really close friends and be like, oh my God, I need to go get my phone back in his house and come back outside and check, see if he's okay. He is, I think he's still in there. I think all of them are still in there, but it was just scary to like think about. It really was.
What about you, Aurelie? When you found out that this was real, how did you feel?
I did feel scared, obviously because I had heard around that it was going around in other schools such as Timberview a couple years ago and then Lamar earlier this year. I really was hoping deep down in my heart that this wouldn't have ever happened to my school, but now that it has, it does make me a bit scared to have to come back the next day and know that it happened at a school where I used to feel safe at, but now I really don't.
So do you feel safe here now?
Not as much, honestly, no.
Help me understand. I know you've seen videos that have been going around from students. Where did this happen?
This happened by the ISS buildings.
ISS in school.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So that is on the outside part of the school, and it's actually quite scary because I'm an office assistant, so I actually walk by there lots of different times, and thankfully, that wasn't me. But I mean, it's very scary.
Where from where we are, where is that building? Are there portables?
Yes, they're
like-
portables. They're
It's
straight
kind-
ahead
over
where
there.
these buses are.
Yeah, it's like over there and stuff
So
like that.
thankfully
Yeah.
it didn't happen inside of the school. I heard from a couple different friends that they were able to close the school down before it got worse, but there's rumors that saying that they did struggle to get the shooter. So
What are you hearing from your friends still inside? How are they feeling?
Honestly, they're just kind of like, this can't be real, because we were all texting each other. Like, I have a group chat and stuff like that. They were all texting each other like, are y'all okay? What's going on? Did y'all hear what happened? The student, this is his name, and blah, blah, blah. And they got him? Okay. So found out they got him now. But it's just, I don't know. It's just too hard to believe. I'm with her. I really didn't think that this would happen to Bowie, because this school is not as bad as people make it, but I didn't think it would happen to us so soon. And we're about to graduate, and it's kind of like, I don't want to remember our school as being a school that got shot up like that. Like, I feel like that's going to be on my mind for the rest of my life, that dang, we're a month from graduating and we already had a school shooting already. That's sad to think about. It is.
How'd you find out about the shooting?
I'm connected with the text and everything. My husband and I are both connected. And then a few minutes before
Okay, so I am looking to see what else I can learn. There's no sound on this one. There's no audio for this one. Sorry, guys. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. There is no sound coming from this feed. Okay, good. Yeah, there's no sound on this feed. So yeah, just us. Just us cookies. I am hoping that they give us that update. It does look like the buses are moving. I don't know if they've loaded those ones up with kids or not. Hum is a tune? You hum is a tune. I can't tell if they're loaded up with kitties. I hope so. Get them out of there. I can live with that, Jobber. Yeah, it's all Chad's fault. I can live like with that real comfy. Okay, so there's a couple cops in front of the buses. I hope they're loaded up with kids. What a day, you guys. Yeah, they haven't mentioned if it is the bad guy that is injured or if there's somebody else that was injured. Oh yeah, that's why I did it. That's exactly why I did it. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Shauna. Much love, friend. Oh, look at them, look at them. Okay, so what, they're all coming around and going into the school? So it has to be all clear and safe by now, right? Is that what we're gathering from this? Okay. What's going on? What's going on? One bus heading out. It does, Christy. I can agree with that. So is that the door kids are going to come out of single file for everyone's safety? What's going on there? I can't make it out. I'm not seeing where they're loading them up from. How terrifying for these poor kids, eh? Get them out of there. Okay, there's two of them leaving. So are they loading them up out of our view? There goes another one. If somebody else pops up with information, I'll absolutely get it out to everybody. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? But they're not saying who the person that was injured was. If it was the bad guy, then alrighty then. But we don't even know, was this a student because it was in the detention hall? Was it a student that turned a little bit sideways? Nobody seems like they're panicking. There's nobody. That's what I'm wondering, Chopper. Like, who was, I don't know. I don't know what the hell went on. What? Yeah. So they just came in and said that, oh, hang on. Yeah, they're being fairly secretive, either because it's a minor, because I'm not hearing that they're to leave the area or. What's going on? No. They seem to like, I'm not even going to say where that was going to go. They've been doing some bad, bad things that I'm seeing on the news, some of them. Allegedly, maybe. So it seems like they're walking in fairly casually, right? I didn't see this coming, of course. Yeah, exactly, right, Chopper? That's exactly what I was. Yeah. Lizzie's like, Mom, stop this. Get away from your desk, woman. Look at all the buses. Holy sheep shite. I said that. Just wow. You're okay, Lizzie. Oh. It is a big school, and it just looks like the students are coming out at a slow pace. What the hell happened in that? Well, just outside of that school. Yeah, these look like kids just la-da-da-da-da. Welcome to our ever-changing world. Carrie, it could be. Lordy, lordy. Okay, sit down, ladies. You guys sit down. Okay. Am I just doing this too much? Just too much today? Sit down. Sit down. Good girl. There you go. I'm still not hearing any updates. This might be a, let me look. This is just clearer. I hear you. It's all good. What the hell is that? You can't hear her? Oh my god. But you can't hear them. What the hell's going on? I'm gonna try this.
Saying about this.
Rebecca, scared for themselves, for their fellow students who are still inside
Can you hear
lockdown. But I
this
have
now?
to tell you, this is still a developing situation where we are right now. We had more police officers just in the last few minutes rush into this area. When we arrived here around 4
Well,
o'clock
what
this
was
afternoon, it
that?
was a calm
I'm
scene.
sorry, you
You could tell
guys.
that parents had talked to their students and made sure that they were okay. They were waiting for that reunification. That has changed in the last 10 minutes as officers converge once again on this school, coming to this area. We're working to learn more information. Those students who I talked to are also trying to get more information about what happened. Many of them getting on buses that were parked just behind me here. Many of them have left this west side of the campus and gone with students, some 2,400 at this school, to that reunification area or to load up with students to bring them to the reunification area. The two seniors I talked to said that when they heard all these sirens, they weren't on campus at the time, when they heard all these sirens, when they heard what happened from friends inside, they didn't believe it at first. They were scared and they were texting their friends to make sure that the people they love were okay. Take a listen.
I really was hoping deep down in my heart that this wouldn't have ever happened to my school, but now that it has, it does make me a bit scared to have to come back the next day and know that it happened at a school where I used to feel safe at, but now I really don't.
That student tells me she is just a month from graduation. Now, at the end of her high school career, violence has visited her campus as well. We're going to continue to work to learn more about this developing situation, and we'll bring you updates as we have them. For now, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Cole. So again, the students are still on lockdown at Bowie High School. Those buses outside waiting to transport those children to the reunification center on East Division Street, the
Lizzie.
Aquatics Center. Earlier, you said this is playing out very textbook. What did you mean by that, Tanya?
Well, what we're seeing is they've put the school on lockdown. They've presumably they have searched that school. They've set up a perimeter. We have seen those
Sorry,
police
guys.
officers out in that field, looking like they're looking for something. And I think that the school district has been careful not to release too much information, right? I mean, because there's a real line here between inciting panic, but also making sure that whatever information you're putting out is correct. And we've also seen them set up a reunification center, release to parents where their kids need to go. All where they need to go. You need to have an ID. So all this, unfortunately, is textbook.
Yeah, a lot of pulling in a lot of threads simultaneously, not only dealing with the student who was or the person who was shot and wounded, but also looking for the suspect who actually committed the shooting and making sure that the students who are still there on campus are protected and as safe as possible as well.
Yeah, and that's what we would expect from school districts. And like Rebecca was saying earlier, it is very difficult to harden a high school completely. I mean, there's so many entrances. We saw that with Wilmer Hutchins, where they had metal detectors, and we.
So there is no volume on this one. Look at the size of this place. So they have not picked up the kids and brought them to the unification spot yet. They're still on lockdown, I guess. Isn't it massive? I couldn't imagine. It's gonna be a gridlock for traffic now. It's huge. Whoa, look at the size of that.
I'm actually I was at my other sister's house, and they just got the call. Yeah, she said it was somebody just got shot, and they were on lockdown, and they needed to get picked up. So I didn't know too much about it from there. I just got the call and was like, all right, let me just go ahead and see what's up with my sister. Go pick her up. That's pretty much it.
As a big brother, that's scarier, isn't it?
At first it was, I guess. I didn't know not knowing what was going on, but talking to her throughout the whole process, I figured it wasn't too much of a situation. I didn't know somebody had gotten shot until after, yeah, until like a few minutes later. She had already told me they was on their way here or whatever. So
How
When you were talking
scary.
to her, what was her demeanor? How was she acting?
what was her?
We're with 5. We're colleagues.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was pretty calm. She was a little irritated, I guess. She said a couple of the other classmates didn't take it as serious. She was taking it pretty serious. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
As a big brother, have you had a conversation with her about stuff like this? Because when I was in school, I didn't have to worry about that.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't had no time to talk to her about things like this and this sort. So not yet.
What would be the conversation now?
Well, she is a senior, so this was probably her last year. But I'm pretty sure like she's pretty strong minded, so she pretty know how to. Nobody can be prepared for situations like this. You know what I mean? So there's really nothing you can do besides just make sure they know how to handle themselves in that moment, not to panic, not to keep your composure. So make sure you can think straight.
When you pick her up, what's that going to be like for you when you get to see her?
Uh,
So it looks like for whatever reason, they're just waiting for the okay to load up these kids and get them out of there. Oh, I am so relieved they finally charged him. Oh my word, dandy. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not quite sure when they're gonna give out names as to who it was that was injured, and it sounds like quite severely. And I'm not quite sure if it's if there's nothing going on at this point, I'm not quite sure why the kids aren't being loaded up. A couple of things I'm a little curious about. I don't know if I should. Let me just take a look around here. So we've got both of them up. Those are the only two that we have right now. See if there's anything else that we should know about. I'm starting to think maybe that everything's okay now. I mean, I won't say not, like, I won't say everything's okay, but there's no danger, I guess, right? What do you guys think? The way it's going, I could be back in 5 minutes with something else. What is going on? Is it a full moon out there or what the hell? All right, so I do believe. Let me bounce back over here. What do you guys think? It's okay, my Lizzie. I don't know what to make of it. Every once in a while, it looks to me like students are out and about. That's a really interesting sound. Oh, was that on my... It's coming from Dandy. I don't know where it is. Oh, nice. Okay. That was the phone. That's really cool. What a nice little sound. Do you think everyone's safe, you guys? What are your thoughts? Like a handful of kids? Is that what you're thinking, Carrie? Like a few of them? That's what I thought. And then I'm not seeing much. So, do. Help me, help me. My hubby should be home in about 3 hours. And I've done zero housework. I've hung out with... Oh, what the hell's going on there? Okay, hang on. What the hell is going on there, guys? How come that guy's got it like a big weapon? Yeah, that's what's irritated about it, right? So how come this guy's got like that great big weapon out, and why is that camera... Go back. Did you guys see that? What the hell was that all about? He was wearing a helmet and like a great big gun. He wasn't sauntering, but he wasn't running. What the hell's that all about? Oh, you're on the phone. Anybody else see that thing? Yeah, those big weapons like that, they freak me right out. I don't care. I don't like them. This is so bizarre, you guys. It's just us hanging out, and I certainly don't mind that. Every once in a while, I'm thinking, okay, everything's finished up. Everyone's going to be safe. And then you see like a great big dude walking with a great big helmet carrying a great big weapon. And it's like, oh. Dandy. But those two guys were walking backwards. What? I'm cheers, friend. Cheers, Dandy. That's what they look like. Yeah, with SWAT. That's what it looked like. What the hell? Well, they're not saying it. Oh, let's come over here for a second. What's going on here? So are you kidding me? Are you telling me that this guy got away? Oh, please. Oh, please. Why are they walking the tree line perimeter, guys? What? Some of a biatch. Okay. Oofda. Wasn't that interesting? So is this guy out of fuel? That's my gas, out of fuel. Okay, we'll come over here. You're okay, Lizzie. All for the mighty cookie. Okay, that was really weird. Hang on, you're okay. He's leaving, I do believe, so it makes me think that he needs fuel. Please no. Lordy, lordy. Oh, Lizzie. Oh, you'd think so, except she's got a whole bowl of food, a whole thing full of water. There's two of them, one each. She's after that almighty biscuit. And she'll sit there and make that sound. No, there's nothing under there. Until I give in. It's very, very, they're just smart. They're smart ladies. We'll bug her at the most inconvenient time possible. Yeah. If they had their way, they'd eat so many bacon strips that they were exploding all over my kitchen. Like, no. Lordy, lordy. Sometimes it's like tricky. You want to do it. You're tempted. But it's like, oh, that's just a bad thing to teach them. And Lizzie, what you doing? What you doing? You're just misbehaving, ladies. Okay, so we've got, it's just the 2 feeds that we have. Okay, so I don't know. Yours are the same? Oh, lordy, lordy. The sounds she doesn't make. Lizzie's the kind, if I raise my voice at her, she's just devastated. It's like you just insulted or hurt her feelings in the worst possible way. Jazzy, she just gets that little crooked smile and stares back at you. Get there, girls. Come on. Oh, exactly. Exactly, Carrie. They have me trained. Okay, gather. Gather. My chinchillas didn't make the sounds that you two make. Let me look and see if it's any different anywhere else. Nope. Okay, so I just looked. A suspect is in custody related to today's ooting. Suspect in custody, you guys. All right. Custody. That's exactly what we want. He is in custody. Hola, you guys. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled and see. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, dandy. See if we can get a name and find out what happened. And if I can add it into a live, I will. And if we learn anything that is going to take any length of time, we'll do a live. So guys, thanks very much for spending the day with me. It's been awesome. So I will let you guys relax, eat your supper, put your feet up. And if anything else pops off today, I will make sure to let you know. Oh, Lordy, what a day. So much love, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.